Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter in BA, that is chapter number 9, internal trade. So let us understand first of all what is trade. So trade means buying and selling of goods and services for earning profit, and trade means an exchange of goods or services in return of goods, services or money. Now what is the main objective of trade? So the main objective of trade is to get the profit by providing goods and services to the customers. Now, when such transactions takes place among different areas, territories or the states in the geographical boundaries of the country, it is called internal trade. So internal trade means the trade which is takes place within the geographical boundaries of a country is called internal trade. There are various types of productions are not possible in a country due to unequal distribution of natural wealth. Because of this, producers supply their products to the customers over different areas of the country. This is called internal trade. Now, let's see what is the meaning of internal trade. Internal trade means trade within the geographical boundaries of a country. Let's see what are the features of this internal trade. So internal trade features are as follows. This is trade takes place within the country, payments are made in the home currency only, and there are very few formalities, local modes of transports are used. There are two types of internal trade. The one is wholesale trade and the one is retail trade. Now, let us understand what is the meaning of wholesale trade. A trader purchases the goods in large quantity from the producer and sells the goods to the retailers as per the requirement of the retailers in the small quantity, which is called wholesale trade. That's why wholesaler is a connecting link between the producer and the retailer. Okay, it is act as a middleman between the manufacturer and retailer. Now let's see what are the features of wholesale trade. So features of wholesale trade are given here. The first one is create a link between the manufacturer and retailer. So as of I told you that he is a wholesale trader is a middleman between the manufacturer and a retailer. He deals in large quantities of the goods. So in wholesale trade, the large quantity of goods are purchased by the wholesaler from the manufacturer. Then the third point is specialized in one line of product. Specialized in one line of product means the wholesale trader always purchases products of same type. Then number 4 is invest a large amount of capital. So whenever the wholesale, as of I told you that wholesaler is purchasing the goods in the large quantities from the manufacturer, so he is investing large amount of capital in the products. Then he sells in small quantities to the retailers. So whenever the retailers require the goods, he places an order to the wholesaler, and wholesaler sells the small quantities of the goods to the retailers. Then margin of profit is low. So profit margin is quite lower in wholesale trade because they are purchasing in bulk and selling in bulk. They are doing the trading in the bulk, so the margin profit is quite low. Now first, intermediary in distribution channel. In the distribution channel, the place of a wholesaler is the first one. He is a first intermediary because manufacturer manufacturing the goods, and then from the manufacturer, wholesaler is taking these goods to the retailer, so he is the first intermediary. Then let's see distribution channel. So as I told you that wholesaler is the first intermediary of the distribution channel. Then let's see what are the services of wholesalers. The first services of the wholesaler is economies of scale. So economies of a scale means a wholesaler places orders in the large quantity to the producer after receiving order from many retailers. Number 2 is sales promotion. Now, wholesaler obtains information from many retailers regarding demand of the product, taste, preferences, fashions, etc., and conveys it to the producer. Hence, the producer becomes acquainted with the present situation, or the producers becomes the informed with the present situation of the market, and sometimes suggest changes with reference to goods as required. The next comes is market information. So wholesaler always obtains information from the retailers regarding the products, its taste, its preferences, its fashion, and then transfer this information to the producer. So a producer gets aware about the present situation of the market, and he also suggests some changes with reference to the goods as required, and then the whatever the changes a producer wants to take in his particular product, he can make. Then the fourth point comes is storage facilities. So wholesaler purchases goods in the large quantities from the producer and stores in his own warehouse. Hence the producer has not to worried about the storage of goods. Then the next is financing. So wholesaler many times make the payment in advance before the purchase of goods. Hence the producer gets relaxation in capital. Then comes on the concentration on the production. So wholesaler purchase the goods in the large quantity from the producer. So producer will be free from the worry of sale of goods in small quantity, and they can focus on the or they can concentrate on the production in large scale. Then comes a price stability. So wholesaler purchase the goods from the producer and stores in the warehouses. So producer remains free from risk of wastage, destruction of goods, etc. Okay. Then comes the services of wholesalers to the manufacturer. These were the services. Now let's move to the services of wholesalers to retailer. The first one is the variety. So, wholesaler provides a variety of products to the retailer. The wholesaler supply goods to the retailer in sufficient quantity whenever it is required. That's why retailer has not to store the goods, and as per his requirement he gets a variety of products. Next is regular supply. So, then the wholesaler sells the goods to the retailer as per their requirement, and whenever they are needed they are giving the regular supply to the retailers. Next comes the financing. The wholesaler sells the goods on credit to the retailer, hence they can carry out more business with the less capital. Then comes the risk bearing. The wholesaler gives freedom to the retailer from this risk, such as wastage, loss to the goods, increase or decrease in price, etc., because the wholesaler stores the goods. Then comes information about the new products. The retailer conveys the producer regarding the information or whatever the complaints they are having. They conveys it to the producer through wholesaler received from the customers regarding goods, and thus wholesaler becomes helpful in quick redressal and giving information about the new products to the retailers. Then comes the transportation. So in transportation services, the wholesaler transport the goods from the manufacturer to the retailers. Wherever the retailers area is there, so wholesaler gets the products from the manufacturer and providing the services of delivery to the retailer. Next comes is the publicity. So the retailer obtains the advantages of advertisement given by the wholesaler and efforts of sales promotion. So it decreases the advertisement expenses of the retailer because the wholesaler is making efforts in the sales promotion. So wholesaler is also providing the assistance or guidance to the retailer. wholesaler gives the advantage of his knowledge and experience to the retailer. Particularly, he gives the guidance regarding the price of the goods, its use and sale. Now, let us understand the meaning of a retail trade. So, when goods are purchased either in small or large quantity from the wholesaler or producer and are sold to the consumer as per the requirement of the consumer, it is called retail trade. The retailer is in direct contact with the customer, so he understands their needs. As a result, he tries to provide the better service to the customer. Thus, retailer is a connecting link between the wholesaler and the customer in the channel of distribution of goods. Now, let us understand what are the features of retail trader. So, first one is last link of the distribution chain. So, in the distribution chain, it is a last link between the wholesaler and the consumer. He sells goods directly to the consumers, and he deals in a variety of products. You must have seen the nearby shops of your area. You must have seen the grocery shops. They are providing a lot of variety of products and buys and sells in small quantity of goods. So from wholesaler, they are in contact with different wholesalers, because wholesaler is selling only one line product. So they are in contact with different wholesaler because they are providing variety of products to the consumer. Located in the residential areas, it maintains personal relation with the consumer and can contact consumers through phone, TV, internet, or through their retail store. Act as a middleman between wholesalers and retailers. So these were the features of retail trade. Now let's see what are the services that retailers are providing to the consumer. The first one is quick and ready supply. Quick and ready supply, how they are providing: the consumer coming to their shops, and whatever the consumer needed the product is available to their shops. So they are providing quick services and ready supply to the consumer. So in this case, consumer do not need to wait, or he don't need to wait for the time. Wastage of time is not possible over here, as they are getting quick and ready supply. The next point is a wide variety. As of you know that whenever we are going to grocery shops, there are huge variety of products. You must have seen that different brands of a particular product is available. So at a retailer is providing a wide range of variety to the product. So this could be say that it is an opportunity of selection for the consumer. In retail trade, retailer keeps the different varieties of goods of many products. Thus, customers have the opportunity of selection. The third one is guiding customers and demonstrations. So, by effective demonstration of products, retailer in retail trade provides information about its utility, its quality, price, etc. Thus, it is useful to the customer to take decisions of purchase. Then come after sale service. Retailer in retail trade provides services after sales of goods such as repairing, taking back or exchange the damaged goods, etc. You must have seen that whenever you are purchasing any electronic items at your home, or any electronic product like TV, washing machine, so the person is coming to your home for giving the demonstration or for installation. Okay, so that is called the after sale services. So retailer is also providing that after sale services to the consumer. Next is home delivery. So in retail trade, sometimes the retailer renders services of delivering goods at the customer home and save their time. You must have seen in the Flipkart and Amazon, there are lots of examples that they are giving this home delivery of the products. Then comes the convenient location. So convenient location. Generally, retailers are having their shops in the residential areas. A retailer in retail trade supplies the goods to the customer whenever it is needed as per their requirement. That's why they are generally nearby the customer and nearby the customer residential area. Next is credit facilities. Retailer in retail trade is in direct contact with the customer. So he is aware about their economic position. That's why he sells the goods on credit to the customer as per the requirement.